Hey, what's up guys, it's Theo from Fino Concept, and this is the Godox TT520 version 2 or the Mark II. This is my second time talking about this Speedlite. If you haven't checked out the unboxing and first impressions, I have it up here or down in the description below. Probably you can check that before watching this. In this video, I'll be talking about my experiences with it for the past 2 years of using it. So this is basically the full review. So is a 230 Ghana cedis Speedlite worth it? Well, let's find out. Now, before we dive into it, there are other versions of this TT520. I've seen one from newer, I think Andor or something like that. But they basically do the exact same thing. They even have the exact same design. So my guess is they are probably just one company producing all of them, but giving them different brand names. So opening up the box, please try and cut away from you. Well, my package included the Speedlite itself wrapped around in this bubble plastic wrap, a battery holder for 4 AA batteries, the flash diffuser, and a lens cleaner. Sweet. Note that all of these come as a gift in the package, so if you opt for something else, you probably may not get the exact same packaging. On that note, I'll drop a link in the description below from the exact seller I got this from. Then probably you can also get the exact same thing. Mind you, this is an affiliate link, so if you want to help me or support this channel in one way or the other without being an extra cost to you, then please use my link in the description. For the flash box, we get the Speedlite Trigger right on top and the Speedlite itself in this nice carrying pouch. Also in the box is a mini stand, the warranty card, and some user manual which you should definitely read. And at the end of this video, I'll tell you why I bought 2 of these. And just so you don't comment that this is just a box, here is the second Speedlite as well. Now the design of this is like most Speedlites on the market with some few unique features. At the front is the trigger receiver with the Godox branding on top. The back houses all your controls, and on the left is the sync and external battery port. The right is the battery compartment, the flash is at the top, and a single pin connector and horseshoe mount at the bottom. For the battery compartment, you get a neatly presented illustration to help you fit the batteries in the right way. The left of the Speedlite, as I have already stated, is the sync socket and terminal for external power pack, where you connect your cables in case you wish to power it directly or do some high-speed flash syncing. Unfortunately, I don't have any of that available because I hardly do studio shoots. You can verify from my Instagram account, so I couldn't show you guys. There's also a flash card up top which you pull out, and this helps diffuse the lights rather than having all of them pinpointing at a specific place. Now mind you, anytime you turn on the Speedlite, it will be in wireless mode, which you can turn off by holding down the mode button for about 2 seconds. You can also switch between master, slave 1 or slave 2 by pressing the mode button once. Same goes for increasing or decreasing the power of the flash using the minus and the plus buttons. Now anytime you see a blinking power light, which is the red one you see right here, this means that there is little or no power and you should recharge or swap up the batteries. Now for it to work, it has to stay completely on. Unfortunately though, the recycle time is between 0.1 seconds to 5 seconds because it doesn't use lithium-ion batteries. It's relying strictly on AA batteries. Before you can use the trigger though, make sure this plastic is removed, else it's not going to work. They even clearly state it, so do well to read. On the subject of the trigger, there's a single button at the top. With it, you can test out the flash to see if it is working before use. The bottom is also a single pin universal connector for your camera horseshoe. I believe this is a great idea, so if you purchase one of these, it should work on all the major camera brands. Notice these 4 white things here, well, they are called channels, and for you to use the trigger and the Speedlite alongside, then they have to be on the same level. And in case you have multiple Speedlights, you have to make sure that they are also on the same channel. Once done, you have no issues working with as many flashes as you want. So for the specs, it weighs 15.8 ounces, and we're also looking at a 433 MHz wireless transmission, 3 flash modes, 8 variable flash output. The flash also tilts at 90, 75, 60, 45, and 0 degrees vertically, and horizontally at 0 to 270 degrees at max. There's no 360 degree turn here, unlike other expensive flashes which are providing this. So for testing out the power, I use my 12 by 14 feet room to test it out. This place is pretty small, so I doubt it's going to give me any issues. And I believe walking you through the camera settings and the flash power, this should give you a better understanding of how much power you can get from this. So for the first shot, which was taken with the Speedlite off, I was using these camera settings. And upon doing that, here is the resulting image. The second image is taken using the exact same camera settings, but this time around I have the Speedlite on its lowest flash power, which is 1 out of 128 seconds. For the test shot, I had the Speedlite set to half power, which is 1 out of 64 seconds, and I used the exact same camera settings, and here's the shot. And upon seeing that, I quickly adjust the aperture to f5.6 but kept the flash power the same. Then I went a little bit crazy and increased the aperture to f11 because most people will be shooting at that, especially with landscape and architecture. What do you call the room? I've forgotten. Please leave a comment below. Taking pictures of buildings. I think it's estate photography or something like that. So clearly here you can see that the image is becoming very dark. So what I did was I increased the flash power to its maximum, which is 1 second, and this is the resulting image. Now for the second shot, I used my 65 centimeter softbox from Tripod, which I'm using as my fill light right now, and I directed it on the subject. In this case it's a wristwatch, and I repeated the exact same process using the exact same camera settings and flash power. I also had to turn off the video light so it doesn't conflict with the result. And with this, I had the ISO set to 100 with f2.8 and a shutter speed of 1 CTS of a second, and I took this shot. And as you can pretty much tell, the image is pitch black. So let's introduce the flash and see what we have. Using the exact same settings as before, with the flash power set to the lowest. And then here is another shot. This time around the flash power is set to half. And then finally the flash power set to maximum, that is 1 second. And you can see the image looks clearly overexposed. This is ridiculous. But by adjusting the aperture to f5.6, I think this is somewhere between the sweet spot. Alright, so here we are. That is the tripod with my Speedlite on it. I'm about 30 footsteps away from it, and I want to test out the wireless transmission. So let's quickly flash it, and I'm pressing it and it doesn't work. So I'll take a few steps forward, about 10 steps should be okay, and I'll try that one more time and see if it is working. Also still not working. I have the flash set to me directly, so once it is, we are going to be noticing that. So yeah, the 433 megahertz means you probably have to be a little bit closer to it. I should actually check whether okay, so right now it's working. You can see from here. So let me calculate the distance. That's about 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, about 9 steps away from it. Interesting. Now we'll be moving a little bit further to see if it is still going to work. Pardon me for the image quality. As you can see, people actually pass here a lot, and I want to keep a low profile so that the kids don't surround me. You can actually even hear them. So yeah, it's still not working. That means you have to be close to this Speedlite for it to work. So yeah, if you're using this for studio shoots or anything like that, then this is going to work. So back to the question at the beginning of this video, is this 230 Ghana cedis Speedlite worth it? Well, before you get confused, I bought mine from AliExpress, and that is why it is costing at that price. Some people in Ghana are selling it for 350, which I think is insane. So if you are me, I'll gladly tell you to buy it from AliExpress, but you just have to wait for like 4 to 8 weeks for it to arrive. If you don't mind that, then definitely get it from AliExpress. On that note, if you are someone who is going to be having your Speedlite on top of your camera horseshoe, then this is the Speedlite to go for. I think this is the first Speedlite you should go for. You shouldn't have any problems using this. And because it is beginner friendly, this is super easy to use. All you have to do by changing the power is just pressing a couple of buttons. Unlike other Speedlites, you have to go into the manual settings and change so many things. Unfortunately though, for the 433 megahertz transmission, you wouldn't be able to move away from it as much as possible. But if you're using it for studio shoots, then you should definitely go for it. I have two of these, so one as main, one as the rim light. I can see myself using this. So will I recommend this to anyone? Well, definitely. And the user friendliness of it makes it so much appealing to a whole bunch of people. Fun fact, this was released a couple of years ago, and up to date they are still manufacturing this, meaning people are still buying this. Why is that? Well, I think you should get that for yourself. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel and other channels. You shall have them linked below, and as always, don't forget to share with your family and friends. This is still Fulfilling Concepts, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. And because it is beginner friendly,